fellas, and welcome back to the BruinCast. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Ben.
And today we have our first math teacher somehow, Miss Woodruff. Welcome.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good?
I think you had last on, didn't you?
Shoot, you're right. I was
taking that. I was going to say.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Lamath. I call you Mr. Loudon, and then this happens. Yeah. So, we don't like to assume that everyone knows who teachers are when they have them on. So, do you want to give us like a brief introduction of what you teach here, how long you've been here, that type of stuff?
Okay. I'm Mrs. Woodruff. I've been here. This is my 34th year. All of my teaching career has been here at Ponderosa, besides my student teaching in Vacaville. I'm a math teacher, always have been. So I teach, I've taught all levels since I've been here, except for calculus and AP stats. Those are the only two I have not taught. So.
You've done a lot of math.
Yeah. Well, I love math, so that works, right?
So how do you, did you always love math? And if so, how did you figure out you want to teach math?
I did. Probably my second grade teacher got me, encouraged that love of math because I finished our second grade workbook and she gave me the third grade workbook and so on. But no, I wasn't going to college. Even my high school counselor kept saying, you need to take Spanish. You haven't taken your foreign language. I'm like, I'm not going to college. So I went to the community college first, and after the first semester, they said, oh, okay, you took your math, you don't need any more math. And I went, whoa, wait a minute.
I love math. I like
math. Yeah, no, I said, I love math. So I went home and thought about it and decided I'd be a teacher. I'd always tutored friends, younger cousins and stuff. So I just thought, well, I can do this. And went back and got all the prerequisites I needed to transfer to UC Davis.
So within math, there's obviously a lot of different parts of math you can study. Which parts do you like?
Trig is my favorite. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the algebra and solving problems, but trigonometry has always been one of my favorites.
So as you've taught for 30 years, 31 years?
34.
34 years, wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about trying something different than math, or is like math just you love it? Like,
no. Yeah, math was my only thing. Usually math and science go together, and that was not the case for me.
Love that.
I did not like science.
So I've seen some people, like mathematicians online, and they'll talk about like how to them math is like music for some people, where you just see it and you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that something you can attest to in your own experience?
Yeah, and the fact that if I were absent from school, I could read the math textbook, and I could learn it just by reading it. There's a lot of students that can't read the math book because it doesn't make sense to them.
Yeah.
But I could read the book, and I could understand the examples. In fact, my dad, he was just a high school graduate, and he was a welder, painter, fabricator, but they wanted him to go back and take some classes at the community college when I was younger.
Yeah.
I don't know what grade I was in, 5th or 6th maybe. And he had his intermediate algebra book sitting on the table, and I opened it and was reading it and helping him because math was, and it's not genetic because my mom and dad, neither one were great at math, but all three of us kids for some reason took a liking to it.
So do any of your other siblings teach math or do math-related stuff to them?
My oldest brother does computer programming type stuff. So yeah, he got hired just out of a community college degree with his AA degree and has just gone on from there. But he does stuff that I don't know, like with the little chips and stuff like that. Yeah, he says he won't tell us because we won't understand. It's math related.
So with math, obviously, you have the part of like trigonometry where you can teach it. Is there any other things that you like applying to in life? Like, I know you do math in engineering, architecture, and tons of different things.
Well, my husband is an electrician, so he will call often and be like, how much cement do I need? So I'll have to use geometry and conversions for him, or he'll say, I need this many cubic feet, how many cubic yards or how many yards of concrete is that type thing. So
yeah.
I use it there.
See, kids, math is useful in life.
When I was in college, and my boyfriend at the time had a little truck, and the big thing back then was putting the boom boxes behind the seat of the truck. And I helped him design that using trigonometry because you had to have a certain amount of volume and area and different things. So yeah,
that's neat.
Yeah.
So outside of school and outside of math, then what other things do you enjoy in your free time?
I do a lot of cookie decorating, so I make sugar cookies, mainly for family, occasionally for friends. But I decorate sugar cookies. Over the years, different hobbies have changed. I used to cross stitch a lot, but the eyes get old and you can't see the little stitches. I used to do scrapbooking a lot. So those are things I'm hoping to retire within the next 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so those are things I'm hoping to get back into. I enjoy doing puzzles, jigsaw puzzles. So I feel that goes hand in hand. A lot of us math teachers do that.
Yeah.
Mrs. Bees, Mrs. Overman.
And it's Sudoku?
Sudoku.
Sudoku?
Love
Sudoku?
Sudoku. Sudoku.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Sudoku. But yeah, so anything game related like that. But we also spend a lot of time with family. So I have my parents live close by. My husband has 2 daughters that live down in Visalia. So.
Okay, so everyone's kind of close.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Or-
that's the 4-hour drive. But yeah,
Okay, true.
yeah, my daughter is now in Santa Barbara doing her grad school. So
That's exciting.
yeah.
So, I gotta know, when you're making a cookie, what's the best design like for you? What's your most like?
I just do a different design all the time. My oldest grandson, who's 8 now, he challenges me all the time. So he does like anime characters or Mario Kart characters. So those characters are hard to do. But I just did some pie cookies for my brother and my niece's husband. We just did their birthdays right as we started Thanksgiving break. So I made pie ones. So I had chocolate pie, pumpkin pie, and cherry pie. They were cookies, but they looked like pies. So I just do whatever, you know.
It's kind of
There
interesting.
it is.
You're not the first math teacher I've had who's enjoyed baking.
Yeah. Who else?
I don't know why that teacher I had in middle school,
Yeah.
my middle school math teacher, she like started her own bakery. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Yeah, I don't see how I can make money at it because it takes me a while to do it. I mean, I have sold some. My niece had some friends or sister-in-law and stuff that wanted some, so I sold it that way. Miss Overman wanted some for her son's baby shower, but
So in retirement, do you think we could see or find this Woodruff
I'm
baking
thinking,
shop?
I don't know about that. It's a lot. It stresses me out too because I just want them to look good. And my daughter used to do the detailing stuff for me, but she's away now, so I have to do that. But it's fun. I mean, it relaxes me in a way, but making the icing that I make to decorate with is my least favorite thing.
Is it like sugar and like all this stuff you mix together, or what do you mean like?
The icing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the coloring part of
Okay.
it that takes so long that I don't like. But yeah, it's powdered sugar and milk and corn syrup mainly.
Okay.
But yeah, just that's not bad. If it was all white, it would be fine. But breaking it up into the different colors and making sure you've got enough of each color, you know. It's
Yeah.
just- I mean, if you were running a bakery, you would make a whole batch of bread, a whole batch of green,
Just have all of
whatever.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
To me, I just make one batch and I'm trying to divide it up to make sure I can use all the colors that I need for that set of cookies.
So changing topics a little bit, you've been at Pondo for 34 years.
Yes.
What about the schools kind of entice you to stay? Really?
Oh, just the community here. We've always had pretty good, administrative people in the front office. Dave Sargent was the principal when I started here, who was just amazing, felt well supported. So it's just, and the teachers that have come in, the ones that stay are good, and we all get along great. So, yeah, and the students up here. Teaching down in the valley, I'm not sure I would like, but there's different people. I have a friend that did teacher, and she's down in the valley now, and she loves the diversity and
Okay, yeah.
what's there, and which would be a good thing and a different challenge. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel this was pretty close to how I grew up in Rolinda, so it's
So it's like home,
pretty
yeah.
close to that. So yeah, I just enjoyed who I worked with in my department and the support from admin.
So I could be wrong. I think you're the teacher we've had on who has been here for the longest time. So I'm going to have some fun questions about that. Something else about being here for 34 years is that with teaching math, what are some of the biggest ways you've had to adjust how you teach it over these 34 years?
Well, with this schedule, it's been the biggest adjustment because we keep losing minutes. So you have to figure out what to cut and what to keep in. Because with math, it's hard to do 2 lessons in a day on a block period, because you guys know your brain just isn't going to hold that information. But different ways of teaching math. I mean, it's Mr. Loken was a teacher that was here for a long time, and he just said, "Well, wait, the pendulum will swing back the other way. You know,
Yeah.
you can try this, that's fine, but we've done that before, and it'll just swing back." But group work, which I've embraced a little more with the calcmedic stuff, which
Oh, yeah.
you did in my AP pre-calc class.
I remember that.
Yeah,
That was fun.
so that has helped a lot. I feel like getting students to experience something before me teaching it formally, but yeah, otherwise math, I mean, I feel like Common Core didn't affect high school math all that much because the upper level math is just what it is. You guys saw a difference in how they taught things like long division and multiplying to start with, and then
Yeah.
hopefully they showed you the old way. But
I still only know like you put like the check mark in like the box sort of, and you do that.
okay.
Isn't it like
That's
all?
the good way.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
What's the new one?
Because I'm not sure with the combo breaking it up, kind of like we do Xbox when we factor,
Oh, okay.
you know, but they're breaking it up into different things, and I don't know. I don't even know. It's just, I feel like it's for some of the lower kids that don't understand math real well, to where the upper kids, they're going to figure it out no matter what.
Yeah, makes sense. So, in having taught a diverse range of classes from the lower levels to the upper levels, what are some of the biggest differences in your approach to teaching those different classes?
Probably just behavior-wise, like what I let. I wouldn't let lower kids get away with some of the things I might let some of my upper-level kids get away with. You know, you just have to be on them a little more, because if you give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile. But, yeah, so that's just, you also have to switch activities quite often with the lower students, so unfortunately they're still doing math, but you know, we just try to do some different types of activities with them to practice.
Yeah, keep it entertaining while
Yeah.
also making it productive. Yeah, makes sense.
Sometimes they're hard to put in groups and work because they're not the most productive. But yeah, so there's just different approaches that you have to do. I also am fortunate to co-teach my lowest level class with a special ed teacher. So
I was wondering, so like you both are in the room teaching
we're
it?
both in the room teaching.
So how do you split up the jobs during that?
We just kind of tag you're it and switch back and forth. We've done it a lot together. So I'll, you know, I might do the intro day of it, but then after that, you know, when we're practicing and reviewing, she'll do that. We're both monitoring and helping during independent practice time that they have.
Yeah.
So we wander and help, and but yeah, it makes it nice, especially if one of us has to be out, the other one is usually still here. We're not
So like
doing
teaching,
out both.
yeah.
You know, we don't both usually have a sub the same day, so those students, nothing, you know how it is when a sub is here. Sometimes for math we can have them teach something, but here it just keeps going. So,
So is that something you would think would be useful for the higher level, like for the pre-calc, or is that something?
that's not nothing. Yeah, it's not
Okay.
anything that's needed for the higher levels. It's easier to control you guys. No. It's just easier in those classes because you guys are engaged usually and focused. The lower level, it helps to keep people. Nope, you need to pay attention. Quit talking. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So if you had to teach one other class or one other subject besides math, what would you go to?
Probably PE.
Okay.
Yeah, because I enjoyed sports growing up. Played softball and volleyball, a little bit of basketball.
Nice.
I enjoyed watching the boys basketball more than I enjoyed playing. But, volleyball was my favorite. But softball was what we all started with back then. Now it's soccer. But
So you're like beach volleyball or like a
no, I can't move in the sand.
We need that. People do
I
it.
know.
Like,
No, I tried to play. My mom tried to get us all to play beach volleyball, and it was like impossible. Like,
Yeah.
the sand's so hot, it's hard to move.
No, I indoor volleyball.
Okay.
Definitely.
Have you ever tried pickleball?
I
Mr. Rob?
haven't. No, I know. He's a big pickleballer, and my daughter is getting into it now, so I will have to try that. Another retirement thing, right?
2 years, right? Sid? Or-
Hopefully, yeah. I'm 2 more years after this, so class of 2028. Yes, I'm hoping. So I think January is the only one that's been here longer than me now. That Mr. Burkhart, but
And he's leaving this year, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So normally we ask teachers like, what do you want to do later in your career? Because you know they have time in their career. But I guess we already talked about how you kind of want to get more into baking and that stuff. Is there anything else you want to do in retirement that you have for time?
Traveling.
Okay.
We just bought a new fifth wheel, so we'll take that and travel. We figure we can go see My stepdaughters down in Visalia stay there like a week or whatever. You know, there's some campgrounds around there.
Yeah.
And then take it. My husband has family in Oregon and Nebraska, and then I have an aunt and uncle in Idaho. So
That's some pretty areas to go visit.
yeah, no, we would love to go just explore different areas and see what's going on. We don't know where my daughter will land when she's done with school. She wants to be a therapist. So
That's neat.
yeah.
So, therapy is, I guess you can get a job anywhere pretty much, right? Just wherever the opportunity comes up.
Yeah. Her boyfriend is from Santa Barbara, so they've been together a couple of years now. So
Maybe they'll.
they might land there. I don't know. She's trying to. I didn't think she would ever come back here because she loves the beach and loves the ocean. But when they were here over summer, she was like, "Oh, I think I'd like to come back here." So I'm like, "Yay!" So,
Like, it's funny, for me, like, the beach is fun to visit, but, like, living there feels different. Like,
yeah, and she did that. She did her undergrad at UCSB, so she was there for 4 years. She moved over to Carlsbad for a year, but now is back in Santa Barbara doing her master's. So, I mean, she loves it, but yeah, the gloom, June gloom is a real thing.
is that like the fog that comes in? Or, yeah.
Yeah, and she doesn't like that part. So.
Well, is there anything else you wanted to bring up? Or? I mean,
It's just along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
well, thanks for your time today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.